Hi everyone, welcome to Jack Fluency. I'm Jack, and on this channel, I help everyday people speak English for real-life situations. First, let me ask you something. AI, artificial intelligence, is everywhere now. So as regular people, do we still need to spend all that time learning English? A lot of people are starting to question it. Was all my English study in the past a waste? From now on, is using translation tools enough? Should I still put time and money into English? If you want a clear answer in about 20 minutes, stay with me. In this video, I'm going to break it down from 7 angles so you can finally see the full picture. There are personal growth, cross-cultural communication, career and income, professional work, who AI, translation really replaces, and the real limits of AI and the practical decision for everyday people. And at the end, I'll give you a simple decision worksheet. I also made a free PDF, but it's not study notes. It's a decision table. You can use it to figure out what you should do after you watch this video. Right now, online answers are actually at two extremes. One side says English is dead. AI can do everything, translation, live interpreting, whatever. The other side says English will always matter because AI still makes confident mistakes. And large language models love to sound right even when they're wrong. But honestly, for most people, both takes are useless because neither side answers the real question. The real question is not, should I learn English? The real question is, in the AI era, who still needs strong English? 2, who can learn less? 3rd, and at different stages, what level is actually enough? The goal is simple. Don't waste time, don't take the long way around, and don't spend money for nothing. Learn English to the just right level. So in this video, we'll go through those 7 angles, and I'll also give you 3 key conclusions up front. 1, in the AI era, there is about 20% that today people still can't hand over to today's AI. 2, the other 80%, you can hand it to AI, so stop grinding the old way. 3, I put the whole decision logic into a free PDF decision table, and you can download it under this video. Before we jump in, one quick thing about why I'm even talking about this. I studied English as my major, and I've worked in English education for 26 years. But in the last 3 years, besides teaching every day, I've been helping everyday learners replan one big thing. Where should you invest your time, your energy, and your learning in the AI era, especially this? How do ordinary people like us use AI to level up without getting pulled around by it or falling behind? So today, I'm not teaching you any speaking drills or listening skills. I'm helping you become a smarter, English learner in the era of AI. If you're new here and you want a better real-life English, especially listening and speaking, hit subscribe button. All right. So let's go through this 7 angles. All right, a lot of people think, if AI can translate, why should I learn English? Sounds logical, but it misses one big point. AI can help you understand something that already exists, but it doesn't guarantee you can see what's happening right now. Here's the technical reality. Like things like ChatGPT 5.2 or any large language model does not live in real time. These models are trained in batches. Data is collected for a period of time, then the model is trained and fine-tuned for months. So once training is done, the model's knowledge is basically frozen at a certain point, meaning things like breaking news, new research, brand new industry updates, the model doesn't know them yet. And even if the answer sounds smooth, that's still pattern-based prediction, not real-time truth. Search engines, however, work the opposite way. They don't truly understand you, but they can pull the newest source instantly. So yeah, AI helps you understand information, but it doesn't solve this problem. Can you reach the source first? Here is a real example. A normal working adult wants to know, one, what's new in AI, what people overseas are saying about a new policy or technology. A third one is how global players are judging an opportunity. So that means we still need search engine to search for some information. Okay, here's where things are getting really interesting. So where does that conversation happen? A lot of it happens in English. Stuff like English news, English forum, English reports, English social platforms. You can absolutely wait for explanations in your native language, for sure. But when those finally show up, the conclusions have already been formed. And here's the hard data. In 2020, among the top 1 million websites, about 59%, three, were in English. This isn't about whether translation is accurate, it's about whether you have access. And that's what English really gives you a control over your information. Another common idea is AI can translate in real time, so cross-cultural communication is solved. At the information level, yeah, sure, yeah. But at the human level, not really. Picture this. You're on a Zoom call with an overseas client who can speak English. AI can translate what they say, and you can wait for translation, then respond. That's not a problem. But three things go wrong. First, your timing gets killed. If you're always waiting, a few seconds, you lose presence. You look less sharp. Two, tone gets lost. In real English, the meaning isn't just the words, it's the subtext. Are they joking, testing you, pressuring you, politely saying no? That's exactly where translation is least reliable. Three, trust don't land. A lot of trust comes from what people don't really say directly. Like, when someone says, that's interesting. So do they mean that's actually good? Or do they mean, okay, sure? So let's say if you don't understand the context, you won't know how to respond, right? And here's a reality check. There are around 1.5 to 2 billion people who are native or fluent in English. If you speak English, you enter the default, a global communication lane. With translation, you can still talk, but it's like, talking through a layer of glass. It's communication, for sure, but it's not connection. Okay. Let's talk money first. Data point 1. 61.8% of working people prefer jobs that require fluent and frequent English, meaning people know, these roles often come with 1, bigger platforms, 2, more international work, 3, higher ceiling, right? Professionally speaking. So this one is data point 2. People with English skills earn about 20% more on average. So why does that gap still exist in the era of AI? Because AI can translate words, but it can't replace 1, real-time response, 2, clear stance, 3, trust in the room. In a meeting or interview, if your key point requires, oh, let me translate first, you're already half a step behind. In high-value roles, speed judgment and the delivery are the skill. So yes, English is still a filter. It helps you a lot. All right, in fields like tech, finance, law, medicine, research, English matters even more. Remember these numbers. First, English is 85 to 90% of academic publishing across fields. It can reach 96%. In natural sciences, it's close to 98%. So if you don't know English, you are not just slower, you are locked, out of most first-hand sources. And here's the other big point, people miss. Most general AI models are trained on public internet data, but in professional industries, the most valuable data is private, encrypted and confidential. It cannot be used to train public models. That's why in fields like law, finance, and healthcare, many companies build their own internal models, trained on their private data in private clouds. Yeah, because general models can't truly understand their internal rules, the real cases, and their real workflows. If you have English, the difference is huge. You can read, original guidelines, official documents, and the newest English language sources directly without waiting for, summaries, translations, or someone else's version. And yes, this is why, heavy users sometimes get frustrated with, ChatGPT, like me. In real professional work, when the model does not have that kind of domain knowledge, your efficiency drops heavily. That's not AI being bad. That's the data, reality. AI, doesn't replace everyone who learns English. It mostly replaces people who only rely on English as a single skill, without a strong professional base. Like traditional translation, localization jobs are shrinking from 15% in 2010 to 8% in 2023. At the same time, language plus professional skill roles are rising fast. In IT field, from 5% to 15%. Cross-border e-commerce, digital content rising from 7% to 18%. So English did not lose value. Single-skill careers did. The future advantage is simple. English plus your professional judgment is so cool. Here's the truth. AI is powerful, for sure, but power doesn't mean they understand you. A language model is basically a high-level prediction machine. You understand this? It can write like a human, but it doesn't guarantee truth. That's crazy. That's dangerous. One, it can hallucinate, right? It can sound confident and still be wrong. The less English you know, the harder it is to catch. You're going to be fooled. Two, it struggles with subtext, humor, sarcasm, politeness, cultural context. This is where AI often fails. Three, it can give you English-looking English. English alike, not real English. Grammatically, okay, but still not how people talk. Four, it can practice with you, but it doesn't automatically teach you well. It can generate content at scale, but quality is not guaranteed. So use AI as the accelerator. Don't let it hold the steering wheel. You know what I'm saying? One last fact. Most top AI models heavily rely on English data. You know this, right? Around 90% of the training data is English. And some estimates go even higher. That means English often becomes the mid-layer in multilingual AI. If you don't have English, if you don't know English, it's like missing a major access card. So yes, English still matters, especially in the next 5 to 10 years. It won't disappear. It will become more concentrated in the high-value layer. You don't need, exam English. You don't need textbook English. You need that 20% that gives you, one, first-hand access. Two, high-value communication capacity. Three, bigger opportunities. All right? And I've put the whole decision logic into a free PDF decision table. It answers 4 major questions. One, which group are you in? 2, how far you should go. 3, what you can give to AI. And lastly, what you must own yourself. The link of PDF document, PDF decision table is in the description area. Also, feel free to check out my other videos on this channel. Some are about learning methods, and some are about language learning. I'm sure you'll find something really helpful. And if this video helped you, please like, share, and save it. Thank you for watching. I guess I'm going to see you in the next one.